Hello again, it's Muskan Torani, your health coach. Today I want to talk about the importance of gut health and why we need to really take it seriously. Hippocrates, the Greek physician, firmly believed that all diseases begin in the gut, and this was said over 2,000 years ago. One in every household, one member in every household suffers from some form of gut health. Our relatively modern dashboard dining lifestyle of constantly living in the fight or flight mode, stress, processed food, commercial oils, over-the-counter use, excessive use of over-the-counter use of medication and antibiotics has led to creating a havoc in our internal garden. Almost one member in every household does suffer from some form of gut issues. It could be anything from constipation and bloating to something more severe like Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, or even anxiety, depression, diabetes, obesity, just to name a few. And yes, everything does begin in the gut. How we look after our internal environment is as important as what we do outside in our external environment. They are so closely linked. Our gut is our second brain. Research, scientific research, medical research has shown, and we believe, like myself, health coaches, that once we clean out the gut, it plays a fundamental role in overall health in our mental state, our emotional state, and our physical state. If you're experiencing any of the symptoms that I've listed, and the list is long, it is worth considering looking into how your gut is behaving. It takes a little time and patience, but if nothing else, you would have cleaned out your gut, rid of toxins, and potentially feeling a lot better, lighter, happier, sleeping better. I'd like to share my top tips in improving overall gut health. Once you have the go-ahead from your primary practitioner, I would love to hear your views on which worked for you best. Here it goes. Number one, easiest thing to do and sometimes the hardest is to get rid of all processed, overly processed, chemicalized food. Eat food in the form of a plant, not necessarily being vegetarian and vegan all the times, instead of food that's made in a plant. Eat real food. What this means is go out and get yourself the best thing you can get by in terms of free-range eggs, quality meats, grass-fed meats. If you're vegan or vegetarian, really good quality plants, naturally grown, organically grown, GMO-free. The big triggers are gluten, soy, wheat, dairy, sugar, corn, yeast. These are some of the big triggers. But yes, caffeine can play a part. Excessive use of alcohol can play a havoc in our bodies. You don't have to take everything out at one time. That would be hard. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that on myself, and I wouldn't definitely recommend you to doing it. But try taking one thing out a week and see how you feel, and maybe another thing out a few days later. Eventually, yes, you may include it back into your diet in bits and pieces or every now and then, but it is important to notice how you feel, how your body feels, how your moods are once you remove the big triggers. Gradually, slowly, step by step. There's no rush to this. Secondly, add a little bit of fermented foods into your meal once a day or twice a day. Again, if it's okay from your primary practitioner. Fermented foods really help when it's a natural probiotic. Kimchi, sauerkraut, edamame, pickles. It's just, for me personally, I love eating them because it flavors up a meal, adds variety. Having said that, I do eat it in moderation as well. A good quality probiotic. Probiotic is pro-life. Antibiotic is anti-life. And of course, when we need to take antibiotics, we must take it. I'm not saying to completely ditch that, but ask your doctor, how can you support an antibiotic with a good quality probiotic? My absolute favorite is sleep yourself to wellness. I mean, a good sleep routine is your gut's best friend. There's a system to it, there's a routine to it. Everything works in harmony. I'll be honest, a few nights of going out, it really messes up a routine for me of falling into sleep. It takes me longer to fall into sleep. So a routine, a pattern, long, deep sleep really helps the body. That's where reset happens. That's where you're rejuvenating. The next thing that I would like to add to this is some movement and exercise and meditation. It does help. You may be skeptical about it, but it's worth trying. Going for a walk, a nature walk, going to a yoga class, even sitting down in silence and listening to your breath, hearing your breath, hearing the sound of your breath. All this is a natural remedy to heal and health. And lastly, schedule some time to have nothing scheduled. Oh gosh, that is a real treat, but something which is so crucial, so important, just to sit and be with yourself. I'd love to hear your views. I'm going to share below some more tips on gut health and how certain foods can help. But most importantly, it's important that you listen to your body. If you're feeling something, if your body says no, respect it. It's your instincts talking. When we say gut instinct, it works. It's the truth. I look forward to hearing from you soon.